And so now let's move on and let's talk about Britney Spears, who apparently made a little side comment about Sam Asghari, where she felt like, I guess she said that she didn't feel like like she was low key faking through the marriage or whatever the case was. And I'm like, sis, you was with that man for what, 7 years? And that's what you're saying. But anyway, he's basically sounding off. I don't want to say clap back because he wasn't rude about it, but her husband Sam Asghari spoke out about the pop star's recent comments about their marriage. He basically said, quote, "Our marriage was very real to me." This is what he told people via his rep in an article published on Monday. He said, "It may have been short, but we were together for 7 years. I was in love with her. We'll always have love for her and wish her the best, always." Well, child, don't say that when you got a new girl, but the new girl got to understand that when you in a long-term relationship with somebody, that love doesn't just disappear. Now, the former professional trainer hit back after the Baby One More Time singer dissed their marriage via Instagram over the weekend. In a new statement released on Monday, the Traitors season 3 competitor reacted to Spears' recent comments about their time together after they wed in 2022 before separating 2 years later in 2024, saying, "Our marriage was very real to me." So Representative Brandon Cohen, the 31-year-old, continued, "It may have been short, but we were." Wait, why is it repeating itself? Like I feel like y'all wrote the same thing in here twice. Page 6, get it together. Asghari's comments came after Spears shared a yes, as I said, they literally have repeated themselves in here. She also claimed that during her time with Asghari, she was cut off from calling or texting her children. Oh, because what happened was she said that her time with Sam represented the hardest years of her life per people. She also claimed that during her time with Asghari, she was cut off from calling or texting her children, including, well, you saying including, she only had 2 kids, including sons Jaden James and Sean Preston, whom she shares with. I swear, y'all really don't proofread when y'all write, because that don't make no sense. She claimed that during her time, she was cut off from calling or texting her children, including sons. She only had 2 kids. Who else we talking about? Willis? So they said, "I remember in shock. My secret to survival was denying, and a lot of years. It's weird. Me and Sam were married, but it almost felt like a fake distraction to help me deal with it." This is what she said on her post, which was no longer her Instagram profile as a Tuesday morning. Because, yeah, Brittany is notorious for saying something, and then all of a sudden she goes and removes it. Which is why I feel like sometimes, girl, just keep them thoughts in your head. Like everything don't need to be on social media, because then it leaves us to be critiquing what it is that you're actually saying. So, Asghari additionally spoke out about his marriage to Spears in a recent interview with Sirius XM's Page Six Radio, during which he acknowledged that his connection to the singer helped his career, saying, "I can't sit here and lie and say it wasn't good for me. Of course, it gives you, when you're in a such public relationship, the platform. It also gave me that platform for who I am, but I was going there anyway." And so, yeah, a lot of people seem to confuse him with Kevin Federline, where it was just like, yeah, Sam was an actor. Sam was, I mean, how they met on the music video for Slumber Party. He auditioned. She picked him as her love interest. And then there was a connection, because there was a connection there. And then it evolved into something else. And it was like, he's got feelings, she got feelings. They started canoodling and getting together. And yeah, he was still working on his career. But you know what? The problem is, when you're somebody who nobody knows and you're with somebody who's very high profile and a mega superstar, you're always going to get hit with that brush of, oh, you trying to clout chase, or you were nobody before you got with them. But it's like, yeah, I was on my way there anyway. It just so happens I took this detour and I fell in love with this mega pop star. And some of y'all don't have to believe that, because I think Brittany has been hurt so many times in the past with so many men who have taken advantage of her. But I truly feel that Sam genuinely cared about her, because he really could have went in and let have on her in this thing, but he was very diplomatic in what he said. He took the high road and didn't really tell me. He's like, yeah, well, it may have felt that way to her, but it felt real to me. But me sitting here thinking about this, because I was like, it's a lot trying to understand what the hell Brittany be talking about, because I'm sure it's a wild ride trying to understand what's going on in that head of hers. But I feel like what she was trying to say with Sam was that she didn't have access to her boys and her marriage was a distraction as a way for her to deal with her not being able to see her sons because at the time she was in the conservatorship, so the only thing that she had to hold on to was her marriage to Sam. He was the one that was keeping her leveled, her head above water. She was in a whole nother world trying to, because she didn't have access to her son, she didn't have a lot of access to things because her father had her in this conservatorship. So it was like she probably, I think, in a way, was feeling these things not necessarily as a way to sting him. I just think that she worded it in a way where people took it from this thing. So I don't mean think like she meant any ill will towards him. It is the fact that the way she worded it, it sounded a little crazy, which is probably why she was like, "Oh fuck, now this sounds like what it is. I'm gonna just delete it." But it's too late, sis, because the people saw it. They made a whole story on it, and we are here talking about it. So because I feel like there is no way in hell that you're in a relationship with someone for 7 years and nothing real came from it. So I do feel like there was some sense of realism in her marriage to him. I think they genuinely cared for each other, but I think also because of what she was dealing with in the conservatorship, and he was the only real thing that she had to hold on to in the time of all the crazy stuff that was going on in her life. That's why I feel like she made the comments about uh it not being real or whatever the case was, or it was the hardest years of her life, and um how that her secret to survival was denial. And it was like, yeah, she was in denial about a lot of stuff. So it was like with all the stuff that her father was putting her through and the conservatorship and everything, she just decided to go into this place of like just pretending that things were what it was. So that's what I'm thinking what she was meaning by it. Could be wrong, but me analyzing, and this is Virgo season. That's what I took from it. So I want to hear from you all. What did you take from what she had to say in this whole situation? Do you think like people are overreacting, that she didn't mean it as a way to sting Sam, that she was probably referring to things going on in the conservatorship, and then it just so happens the way she worded it, Sam got hit with a stray. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.